Well, welcome back, viewers. Now, of course, this is the exciting part of the show for me because it's all about sushi. Now, sushi basically, I guess, was around Southeast Asia for centuries, basically.
Southeast Asia?
Yes.
No, sushi is only Japan, though.
Is it only Japan? Only?
Yep. And after Korea and go to China.
And China came on board. Now, I guess in the early days, they of course, there was no refrigeration, so they would serve the fish with the fermented rice. And basically, it was something that could last for months and...
No, more than some ones, a couple of years.
A couple of years. And the way they used to eat it was that they would discard the rice and just eat the fish. Of course, as the time progressed, the Japanese, being a very resourceful race, were able to develop it further. And basically back in the Edo era, which was what we now know as Tokyo, there was a real revolution there, and that's when I guess sushi, as we know it today, was basically introduced. And that was sort of like around the mid-1800s, 1860s, something like that. And basically, it was the use of fresh fish and rice. And
there was that time very cheap, like a sandwich, you know?
Yes.
Every corner of the street, they're selling...
It was what we now know as fast food because they were all like it was really the fast food of what we know today, and it would be sold on corner stalls and in the streets. It was the food of the people, and it was inexpensive. But the one thing I guess that we have to say about what is now nigiri sushi, is that how they say it? Because of course that is when you
press by hand.
It's done by hand, correct. And you obviously and Suki will take us through the paces of how you mold the rice in your hand. But it's all about the seafood must be fresh. That's when you're going to talk about the high-grade seafood. And of course, they use salmon. They use tuna. Things like snapper, whitefish. And
most of everything, calamari, octopus, everything.
It can be anything. The interesting thing that I was watching Suki doing this nigiri sushi was that when he places the rice in his hand, you then rub it with wasabi. And what I know about that is because, of course, wasabi, which grows, I think it's like a $2 billion industry between Japan, Korea, and China. That's big figures. But what's interesting about it is that it has a high evaporation rate. And wasabi, of course, comes in the form of either a root, which you can then grate it, or in a paste. Now, because I guess wasabi is expensive, and of course it does come from the family of the cabbages and the mustard seeds and horseradish, correct?
Horseradish,
basically. So it's like a Japanese horseradish. And often it's substituted, and they can just use horseradish, mustard, and food colouring as a paste. But of course, the Japanese love to use the real product. But of course, if it's exposed for air for too long, it evaporates. So that's why they place it between the rice and the fish so that it preserves its flavour. Is that correct?
Yeah.
See, I've done a little bit of research on you. There you go.
You've done
Now, tell me about the rice, because there is a special knack in this in how you cook the rice, correct? Now, is there a special type of rice that we buy?
Two types of rice. In Japanese rice grow in the water.
Right.
Okay? Australian rice or American rice
grows above ground. Yes.
So better Japanese or Korean rice.
Yes.
But before cook, about half an hour before, you have to wash the rice and keep moisture.
Okay, so you wash it a lot, don't you, to get rid of all the starch?
Exactly. Then cook exactly same amount rice and water.
Right.
That's the point.
So if you got 1 part rice, 1 part water. So, and do we boil it?
Yeah, boil.
You boil it.
Yeah.
How long do we cook it for?
Oh, about 20 minutes.
And do you add anything into this?
We are using the when you cook, just a little bit of sake put in the thing.
Sake, yes.
But you don't need that. But when you cook, after cook, you have to keep in the steam about another 20 minutes.
Okay. And
that's the point.
And do you work the rice?
No.
No, you just leave it there, let it cool down?
No cool down. Just leave it there.
Okay, all right. And is this when you put it in the large wooden...
Yeah, but you don't need that. Anything you can use.
You can use anything? Okay, so these are for the home cooks at home. You can do this at home. Maybe not with the same flavours as tzatziki, but very simple. Yes. And okay, so then what is our next process? The cutting of the fish.
No. Rice and mix the vinegar. That's the more. Otherwise, you can't make sushi. Just rice. That's not sushi.
So you get the rice and then you add vinegar.
Yeah.
What sort of vinegar?
Normally any vinegar doesn't matter.
Yeah, white vinegar though.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Right.
No. Sometimes they using red vinegar or brown vinegar.
Really?
Okay, yeah.
And what does the vinegar do? Adds flavour?
Flavor plus, rice keep longer.
Yes.
And
so it acts as a preservative?
yes, exactly. So if says the 1 cup of the vinegar,
yes,
half cup of the sugar.
Of sugar?
Yeah.
That's sweeten it up?
Yeah, and a quarter for the salt.
Right.
Better you mix it, heat it up first.
Right.
Then
you add it into the rice. So that it absorbs it while it's still warm?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so then what do we do?
Better quick cool down
Yes.
bit. All right. Then each piece of rice, there are vinegar going in.
Yes. Okay.
Otherwise, they watery or too much sticky. So cool down as quick as possible.
Okay, so basically what he's saying is that the rice granules absorb all this vinegar mixture.
Yep.
Okay, and if we don't want it too sticky, it's a really fine art, isn't it? Okay.
Yep.
So in the meantime, have we been cutting up the fish?
Yeah.
Because that's also a skill, and as Suki says, I want every piece exactly the same size, and that is a skill.
Yeah. This is a very important, but sizes are your hand is my hands.
Yes.
Maybe sizes are different.
Yes.
But each piece is a sushi fish cutting this long.
So it's got to be no more than 4 fingers. So 3 to 4 fingers, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that is the traditional size.
Yeah, and the wideness too.
And the width is 2 fingers.
Yeah, up to here.
Okay. Now, viewers, this is an opportune time to go into the kitchen and let's see Suki weave his magic, and he'll show you how it's done.
Rice always, but 3 finger pull off. Push hard first, then put wasabi on, and 2 hands. That's 1 sushi. Now make a nori roll. But, normally this is the half size using. This in Japanese called tekamaki. Wasabi in the middle. This is a pickled ginger. Normally, eat 1 piece of salmon, then refreshment to your mouth.
Well, there you go, folks. Hasn't he just shown us the simple art of making those wonderful sushis, which is something that they're doing at home these days. But I guess the thing that we must reiterate, you must get fish of the highest quality because it's basically been eaten raw. Is that correct? So, because it can make you very sick, so just make sure that you practice proper methods there. And of course, when we come back, of course, because the Japanese always like to steal their ideas from the Italians, he's going to make us what we know as a carpaccio. Is that correct? What do you call it?
No, wait, carpaccio. This is we call usuzukuri, part of the sashimi.
It's part of sashimi, meaning
today we are using for fresh snapper, okay?
Oh, yummy.
No carpaccio.
No carpaccio. All right, stay tuned.